Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Something really different today. I just wanted to mix it up a little bit. I'm putting on the table 10 things that you did not know about me. I just hit 15,000 followers, and so we're halfway to 20,000, where I have a very special something planned for you. But I just hit 15,000, so I'm going to do a little bit of a disclosure as I did at the 10,000 mark when I showed you my tarot room. So I'm going to tell you 10 things about me that you may not have known. And I hope you don't know these. You never know with the internet. All right. Well, my real name is Shanta Lee. And Shanta is a Hindu word that means peace. I was born with that name. And when I was born, my grandparents had a room and boarder. They lived up near the university, and they had a room and boarder, and he was from India. And his mother name was Shanta, and my mother really liked that name, Shanta, and she put it with Lee, so it's Chantilly. So it sounds like Chantilly. It's Chantilly. Yes, that's my real name. And so I'm named after somebody's mother in India. So my name means peace. Shanta means peace. And yes, I was born with that name. I didn't change it. I was born on Easter Sunday in the year of the rabbit. So bunnies and rabbits have always been very special to me. I am the rabbit spirit, and I always have been really lucky in my life. Just even like going to play bingo, I'd be the one who would win. I've always had that lucky rabbit spirit with me. The lion here, I am a dual citizen with Netherlands and Canada. When I was born, my mother is Canadian and was Canadian, and my father was a Dutch national. And way back when, you followed in Canada. Now, even if your mother was a Canadian, born and raised Canadian, you followed your father's nationality. So I have a Dutch birth certificate that says I was born in Calgary, Canada. Interesting, right? And this lion here, this is all us Dutchies will know what the lion is. That's de Leo, and the orange, the Oranje de Leo, the orange lion, the Dutch, the symbol of Holland. I am an extreme introvert, like extreme introvert. If I don't leave the house for 2-3 days, I'm okay with that. I know that's really weird because I think I have so much to share with people. I am a nervous. That's why I don't do lives. I get too nervous. My anxiety, it lasts a day. I don't like talking in front of people. What else? I don't like going to parties where I don't know anybody or only know one or two people. Networking is, you might as well ask me if I want to be dipped in hot oil. I am an extreme introvert, and I don't know where that came from. Both my parents are extroverts. My sister was an extrovert, and I'm an extreme introvert. And I like it that way. I'm not complaining. My husband tends to be he's an extroverted introvert, if you know what I mean. He loves his downtime at home, but he also loves having a beer with the neighbor and chit-chatting and all that small talk that all us introverts are just, no, please, God, no, not small talk. So I'm an extreme introvert. So for those of you, I did try lives who were thinking that you might ever see me on a live. Unfortunately, you will not. My anxiety simply won't allow it. Movement, I have moved. This is the 13th house that I have lived in as an adult. And it's so strange because as a child, we only had 2 homes. We had the original home my parents rented when we were quite young. And then once we started school, they bought a house and they lived in that house right until the end of their marriage, 35 years. And then it was so strange as an adult. This is my 13th house I've lived I'm just trying to think. Well, we've been married 38 years. So that's actually quite a bit. That's moving every 3 or 4 years. And I said to my husband, this is it. We're retiring in this house. I'm leaving feet first. Yes, absolutely. We can go live in Europe for the winters, but this will be my home base. I'm not packing another box. We did live in Europe for a couple of years, and that afforded us quite a bit of travel. We're not millionaires by any means. My husband just lucked into a great job that he was working in Northern Africa in the oil and gas industry, and he worked month in, month out. And so we thought, we're in Europe, why not take this month to travel? So I've been to 27 countries, and I have 800,000 kilometers on my app that I saved, and we did that in about 12 years. So yeah, I've traveled. I've seen quite a bit. I've shared some pictures of my travels. I've been to Africa. I've been been all over Europe. We even drove across Europe, I think 6 times. We were living in Spain, right at the bottom there on the Costa Blanca, so the far southeast corner, and we drive all the way up through France, up through Italy, through the Alps, into Germany, through Switzerland, Germany, Holland, and then all the way back down through Belgium, Luxembourg, France again. We did quite a bit of traveling. I've been to Japan. We've been to 3 safaris in Africa, Mauritius, of course, all over the States. Mexico, of course, we've been to just about every island in the Caribbean. And again, it's not because we're millionaires and we do luxury travel. We were afforded the opportunity. Of course, not all of it was covered by the company, but because my husband flew so much, it was very common for us to have 500,000 air miles. So don't be envious. A lot of those trips were all covered by air miles. So we took advantage of it while we could. So I've traveled quite a bit all around the world. The Rose's Kiss. I'm a Rosicrucian, and I have been since 1996. I've always been interested in the arcane, in the mystical. Even I remember being a young girl, like 8 or 9 years old, almost as soon as I could read, and wanting to read my horoscope in the paper. My parents got the paper every day, and that was the first thing I ever read. I've always been interested in occult, arcane, cards, all of it, mindset work, mysteries, ancient mysteries. I've been to the pyramids, I've been to Stonehenge, I've been to Sedona, I've been to Mount Shasta, I've been to temples in Japan. I mentioned I was in Japan. It's like whenever we go to a country, it's like I want to go see the first mystical arcane thing about it. That's always been my thing. And when I was in Egypt, when I was at the pyramids, I was actually with a friend, and she's married to an original tribesman from Egypt, and he grew up playing on the pyramids, and his father was a wisdom keeper. And it's no different than here in North America. We have chiefs of the Native American tribes. Well, his father was the wisdom keeper of his nomadic tribe, and therefore he had rights to the pyramids. And I got to lay in the sarcophagus in the pyramid. We had 30 minutes to ourselves up there. Crawled up there. We were in the main chamber of the Great Pyramid. And I wanted to put this in perspective. Obama only got 10 minutes. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie paid for 10 minutes so that they could have it alone without other tourists. I got half an hour. I called it my magical mystery tour. And I was talking to a Egyptian shaman there, and she said I was actually quite a high priestess in ancient Egypt, and that's my attraction to it in this lifetime. Very interesting. The rhino spirit. I support any kind of efforts to save the rhino. I've been to, I wouldn't say there were marches, gatherings, let's say, across the states where we're trying to raise money and we do a little parade. In Africa, we actually, when I went to one on one of our safaris in Namibia, we went to go see, at that point, there was only 8 rhinos left. And we actually had to get special permission from the military, and we were guided in to where the secret area where these rhinos were, and we had guns on us. That if we tried to try anything, they told us they would shoot us without question. And we were just like, oh my God, what are we doing? And but no, we were good, and I got so close to these 8 rhinos, and 3 of them were pregnant. So we were hoping we would hear that there was now 11 rhinos, but that's how badly they're poached in Africa. In some countries, the military is protecting them. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. So that's a charity and something that's near and dear to my heart is saving the rhino. And when I was down there, I was trying to have some mystical time with the rhinos. And when they were just laying in kind of like in their mud bath. They were quite well hidden, actually. And I was kind of trying to talk to them. I don't know, this might sound weird, but I was trying to talk to them. And it sounds like they actually want to leave Earth. And they're like, thanks for trying to save us, but maybe we just want to leave already. And the one rhino was trying to tell me that's why other animals have gone extinct. He said, you think you have all the power to get rid of us when in fact we use you for our power. I want you to think about that. Not that I want you to go out and slaughter animals or, go and pollute and destroy the earth or whatever on purpose. I just want you to think about some of that maybe these animal spirits just come here to experience things as well. They're sentient beings, and at some point they expire on Earth as well and just say, well, that was fun, off to the next planet. So I found that fascinating. A tidy house. I am a neat freak. And actually, at one point, I remember my daughter saying, we're growing up in a show home. And I realized, I do tend to keep it maybe a little too neat. It might even be sterile, but I cannot relax if there's a mess. If there's a dish in the sink, I cannot relax. I get pretty anxious about it. And I've done some work with that, and I know why it is. And I've tried to relax it a little bit. And especially as we get older, I'm not as quick to jump and grab the vacuum cleaner, for example, or bend over and dust all the baseboards and 3 times a day. It was getting almost obsessive compulsive. That's why I had to go explore it a little bit. But I do keep a very, 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 very tidy home. Professional. Well, this says assistant. This might shock a lot of you. I am actually a licensed financial advisor, and I can sell life insurance. I'm licensed to sell insurance as well. I did that I've always been interested in manifesting money and money, and I've actually written a book. And it's called Budgets Like Diets Don't Work, because they don't. And I was semi-successful in the fact that I helped people in a spiritual way about their money mindset. I actually tried to start a website called My Money Reset. And it was the regulations really hemmed me in. I didn't, not that I did ever wanted to do anything illegal or anything. It's just when you're working for these companies, they want you to make sales. And I refused to make a sale on somebody who I know they didn't need that much life insurance. And I would get in trouble because I would never reach my quotas. In some respects, they kind of pushed me out by giving me like really, the bad clients, and it was actually pretty ugly in the end. So, but I went independent, and I've maintained my licenses because I never know if I want to reactivate it. But I was always just the really gentle insurance salesperson, and I would just also my intuition would tell me how much they had or what their investments would be. And yeah, I saw a lot of people make a lot of money in this industry, but I also saw that they didn't have a lot of integrity and they didn't use their intuition with their clients. And I'm not saying they're all bad at all, but it just wasn't for me. The business aspect of it wasn't for me. I actually prefer helping people with their money, with mindset, and with cards. So that's the 10th thing that you didn't know about me, and a bonus thing that you do not know, that nobody knows, is coming. This is called the Farther Gate, a bold step forward. I have a big announcement to make. I will be making it on Sunday after our marathon Q&A, and I think a lot of you will be really happy with this announcement. It's nothing on this channel. It's a clue is 5-5, but that won't actually mean anything to you. That's more for me. I saw this card. I got this card one time, and the 5 resonates. Because my birthday is April 14th, and 1 and 4 make 5. And it just talked to me. It almost looked like a lady bending over praying. And I was asking what to do with my business. And I need to take a bold step forward and the further gate. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to let it go. And let it go. You never know, right? But don't worry. This channel will remain the exact same. But it is a big announcement. I think a lot of you will be pretty excited about it. And don't worry, it won't cost you a penny. It's just a kind of a really cool direction I'm going to go. All right. So that was 10 things that you did not know about me, or at least I didn't think that you knew about me. Some of you might have known my name, but you didn't know the meaning of my name. And now you do. And now you know a little bit about me. Put down something surprising I would never guess about you. But remember, I am a card reader. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate each and every one of you more than you'll ever know. Take good care. We'll see you online. Bye for now.